Alright, what you see here is a Hunter Dimension ceiling fan in 52 inches. It's in the white finish, and I got this off of eBay for a pretty good price. So a little backstory about this fan. This fan was pulled out of a discount tire code that was being demolished. And there was 12 of them in total, so there's definitely a lot of them. There's still a lot of them, actually. I think this is the only one that's been bought so far, or that's been sold from the seller. I will be posting the link to the eBay link of this where I bought this fan in the description below in case anybody wants to buy one. But if you guys are just looking, he probably will sell them cheaper if you ask for the ones that are missing the screws to mount the blades to the motor. But if we all know that Hunter blades arm screws are very easy to find. So yeah. But yeah, that's the only thing that was missing from him. He said that when they were being pulled from the place that was being demolished, a few of them, some of them they accidentally misplaced some of the screws, so that's why he didn't list all 12 of them. And I was gonna buy one of those, but I figured, you know what, maybe I should get the one that's in the best condition, because he only posted a picture of one, and that one had a little scuff on it. That's not the one that you see in my video here. It's a different one, but I figured I'd try to get the one that has the least amount of scratches on it possible. And this one's still not 100% best condition, but it's in pretty good shape. And after I clean it up, it's in a lot more presentable condition. But yeah, it's definitely a fan I've been wanting to get for quite some time. I actually didn't even know that they were selling these in the 90s. I remember seeing them in like the 2000s, the catalogs at Home Depot, like the special order ones that they would have. Like around 2006, 2007, I started seeing those there, and I thought, wow, these look pretty cool. And I really wanted to get a brushed nickel one, and then when I found out they made these in black, I wanted to get one of those as well. And I do regret not being able to save the brushed nickel ones that were close by to me, the 3 of them. In fact, I'll post that video link in the description below for those who haven't seen it. But in my head, I'd known that that it was a new restaurant, and I didn't even notice that the restaurant changed and that the fans were replaced. But had I known it was a new place and they were getting rid of them, I would have definitely have grabbed all 3 of them without a question. But yeah. So there's this one. The little logo thing in the bottom is still yellowed, and I was thinking about painting it, but I figured I might as well just leave it the way it is. Because if I was to install this, I'd probably have it with a white kit anyways. Plus, there's already some things on it, like the Hunter logo is a little bit yellowed, that's a little bit yellowed. Plus the things on the canopy are a little bit yellowed, so I figured if I was to paint this, what I would have to try to make the rest of it not yellowed looking either. But yeah. I gotta say though that the design on the bottom definitely has like a tire look to it. That's something I've noticed. So I kind of think these do fit pretty well in a tire store. And the fan is actually from the 15th week of 2001. I'll show the information on the top over here. Yeah. Honestly, if I had gotten this fan a while ago, I probably would have taken down a low profile. Or I probably would have put this up instead of the low profile in my bedroom when I was taking down the white Infinity, to be honest. But what I have up there now is definitely better than this. But this is definitely one I do want to install at some point in the future. Yeah, it does have it. It came like that, and I left it like that. I figured might as well. But it's easy to grab, I think. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and start off on low. Something I do want to mention is that I kind of do like how the logo spins with the thing. Kind of would prefer if it didn't, but I kind of find it cool. One thing I actually noticed though when I got it, when I was getting out of the box, I'm like, I noticed that the motor housing is literally this fan is, so as hard as it might be to believe, this fan, it kind of is a knockoff of something if you think about it. The KDK Royal Air, if you look at the motor on this, it's literally the same exact motor housing design as the KDK Royal Air, especially the bottom portion of it. Not exact copy, but it borrows aspects from it basically. So in a way, it's kind of a knockoff of it. Well, not really a knockoff, but like kind of like how the Constant Market Zephyr borrowed the GE vents from the GE fans and such, and the other fans did it. But yeah, this fan definitely borrowed some aspects of the KDK Royal Air. Has a nice low speed to it. Not too fast, not too slow. See, I would like this in my bedroom, but I wouldn't keep it up that long, just like I did with the Infinity, because I really don't want an all white fan for the bedroom. For like an office, that's fine, but for a bedroom, I like to have contrast. But at least like if I move into like a home that's like more modern looking, I can put up this and like the brushed nickel Panama. The Infinity definitely would work. So at least I have a few fans that would work well in a modern looking home. Oh, and the Hampton Bay World War II, which I still need to replace the capacitor on, because that's not definitely one I'd like to install at some point if I had a modern home. Yeah, definitely is a nice fan. It has a nice flow to it. So yeah, let's go ahead and move it up to medium. I mean, there's really not that many videos of these fans on YouTube. Despite these fans being sold from the mid '90s up into like 2011 or 2012, I'd want to say. I'm not 100% sure. But and the only ones that you've seen of them on YouTube in white are the ones that are like at discount tire stores. And then there was a place that Brian Fan 17 went to that had a few of them outside. And that's about it. But there's not really a single video. This is actually the first video of one being tested on all 3 speeds on YouTube. So that's another reason. That's another reason why I'm kind of happy to have it. But yeah, it's definitely a cool fan. I kind of wish like the Hunter still sold it, because I really do feel like it goes with today's look quite a bit. I mean, it does have a little bit of a dated look, but it's like definitely has like an early 2000s, late 90s look to it without a question. But I still feel like the look of it kind of would work for today's thing. Just like a little update to it. Like, I kind of do obviously would prefer this older looking of it, but I feel like if they like maybe updated the look of it a little bit, like they did with other Hunter fans, I feel like this would still be a good sell, especially in brushed nickel. It's pretty quiet, which is a good thing. Cause when I spun it by hand without the blades, it did make a spinning a whirring noise, and I didn't know if that was bearings or not. So the fact that it's very quiet with the blades on, that eased my fear of it being noisy. Cause that's one risk with buying fans on eBay from like sellers that aren't fan collectors. They're not gonna tell. They really won't say if the fan's noisy or not. So you kind of take the gamble when you get it if it has bad bearings or not. Luckily, this one doesn't, so that's good. And I guess in a way, you could say that the Hampton Bay World War II kind of borrows the aspect of how this fan is, except the only difference is it has those plastic blades and it has a light kit instead of where this is. But just the design of it in general is kind of borrowed. Not for high. Fan's moving pretty good, very good air on high speed. It's actually the first 52-inch fan I've tested down here on a down rod, and that's because I'm not trying to get the down rod off of this, and two, since I don't need to I don't have to four test, I might as well just leave the down rod on it to be honest. Yeah, and it's funny because this is actually one of very few hunter fans that I really don't really want in the bright brass finish. And despite how cool it looks, I really think it looks cool, but I'd really rather have another one in black or brushed nickel finish. If I find another one in bright brass, I wouldn't mind having it, but I wouldn't be as persuaded to get it. Alright, we'll bring it up closer when you hear the air movement. Alright. Try it off and do spin down. Definitely a very powerful fan. It's definitely more powerful than the other hunters I have upstairs, even if those were on down rods. I've tested plenty of hunters on down rods before, well, especially when I had the hunter passport 2 at the old apartment. Moved good air, but this one definitely moves quite a bit more air. Almost as good as a Casablanca, but not quite. But it's definitely a lot more powerful than a typical spinner motor hunter. Even though this is a spinner motor hunter, this is a little bit more powerful one. I know these were sold in like hunters, the high performance things, which are so it's definitely more powerful than the regular hunter fans. I really wish I had a brushed nickel one though, because that would even that would look really nice in my bedroom, like brushed nickel with a spotlight kit like the one I have on the pan number 2. That would definitely like fit the bedroom look very well. But if I had the black one, see, I had the Infinity living room, but if I had a black Dimensions, I would have that in the living room in this space without a question. Even though I really do like the Infinity. Reverse switch on this is kind of stubborn now. Funny thing is, it's actually backwards. If you have it in this direction, it'll actually go in reverse. Alright. Here's reverse slow. Alright, now for medium. Alright, now to move it up to high. It's doing a good job on reverse. Alright, and let's shut it off. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.